The NFL has treated sports fans with some of the most intriguing and athletically astounding plays since the league took shape in 1966. And in today's video, we're going to be counting down some of the best plays we have ever seen. So sit back and relax, because you are not going to want to miss a second of this video. First up, the Philly Special. The New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles matched up against each other during Super Bowl 52 in 2018, and it was a game to remember. Tom Brady and the Patriots were the heavy favorites going into the game, but in the second quarter, Nick Foles and the Eagles decided to pull off an unthinkable quarterback sneak play that literally nobody saw coming. The world was stunned when they realized that Nick Foles and Trey Fulton had pulled off the unthinkable in the biggest game of the year. The Philly Special involves the quarterback lining up in a different position than normal, slightly behind the right tackle. The ball is then snapped to the running back, almost as if to insinuate that the running back is going to take the ball and run in himself. The running back then takes a few steps to the left and pitches the ball to the open tight end, who is positioned on the right side of the field. In all the confusion, the quarterback, who was essentially deemed useless at the beginning of the play, is now wide open in the end zone, who will receive the pass from the running back in what is maybe the coolest trick play in the NFL. Not only that, but to successfully pull off a play like this in the Super Bowl is just the most confident thing a team could ever do. After the Eagles successfully pulled off the play, there is no doubt that the Patriots noticed the soaring confidence of the Eagles, and it undoubtedly played a part in the Eagles' eventual win in Super Bowl 52. What makes this play even more historical is the fact that it was incredibly controversial at the time. The Eagles were accused of lining up illegally, as the offensive team is required to line up with 7 players on the line. But they only had 6. Not only that, because they pulled off a trick play, the illegal formation makes the play completely illegal, as offensive teams that plan on pulling off a trick are required to at least line up legally in order to give the defense at least a chance at defending the play. Former NFL ref Mike Pereira even pointed out that the Eagles lined up incorrectly, and even though the illegal formation did not affect the play whatsoever, it probably should have been called. But on the other hand, if you watch the playback again, the player who was accused of being improperly lined up was wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey, who pointed at the down judge numerous times to ensure that he was lined up correctly, to which he received a head nod each time, indicating that he was in fact legally lined up, at least according to the down judge. So can we really blame the Eagles on this one? Plus, it gives us one of the greatest plays in NFL history, so I don't think too many people are complaining. Next up, the most important INT of Malcolm Butler's career. Why didn't the Seahawks run the ball? Might be one of the most asked questions in the history of the NFL. Teams are often criticized for what they should have done in moments, but no team will ever be as heavily scrutinized for their terrible decision-making more than the 2014 Seattle Seahawks. With only 30 seconds left in the game at Super Bowl 49, the Seahawks had the ball on the 1-yard line, and it looked like they were going to score to take the lead with essentially no time on the board for the Patriots to come back and win the game. When the Seahawks ran the ball to the 1-yard line, they elected to wait out the clock for a while and not snap the ball until there were only 26 seconds remaining in the game. Everyone in the arena and everyone watching TV was looking to Marshawn Lynch to likely get the ball and do what Beast Mode does best: run the ball through the entire team if he has to, in order to secure the final touchdown and the win. However, the Seahawks decided to pull a fast one on the entire world and elected to throw the ball on the 1-yard line instead. I think the intention was to do what nobody thought they would do, in hopes that the defense of the Patriots would leave a receiver wide open, which might have been the case if not for rookie Malcolm Butler. Butler watched the snap and knew that Wilson was going to throw. Not only did he know that he was going to throw, but he knew exactly who he was throwing to, and Malcolm ran to cover the pass in the process. Malcolm made a huge interception at the 1-yard line to prevent the Seahawks from scoring so late in the game. Malcolm Butler at the time had never made an interception in the NFL, making this his first and undoubtedly his most important, as it definitely saved the game and won the Patriots the 49th Super Bowl. The world was flabbergasted that the Seahawks, who had literally the most unstoppable runner in the league, elected to throw on the 1-yard line in the most important situation of the year. I mean, they literally would have won their second Super Bowl title with a single running play that had a 90% success rate, and yet they tried to pull the wool over the entire world's eyes. And while it may have worked on most of us, Wilson couldn't fool Malcolm Butler, and the rest was history. The Seahawks couldn't get the ball back after the interception, and the Patriots ended up winning the game and Super Bowl 49. Next up, the helmet that won the Super Bowl. A great set of hands is the best asset a receiver can have, but when push comes to shove, a receiver will use anything at their disposal to ensure that the ball gets caught and their team wins the game. Well, in Super Bowl 42, New York Giants wide receiver David Tyree did the unthinkable to win the game for the Giants, and it will go down as possibly the greatest catch of all time, and it was made by Tyree's head. That's right, his head. The catch was amazing, but the entire play was a revelation, really, and it became one of the best Super Bowl plays in the history of the game. The Giants quarterback Eli Manning called for the ball and became instantly swarmed by 2 Patriots. Manning was grabbed by both shoulders, and it was looking like he was gonna be brought down. But Eli battled and ended up getting free from both the Patriots that had a hold of him. After he became free, he rolled to the right and looked downfield to see Tyree relatively open. Manning aired out the pass to Tyree, giving the Patriots time to swarm Tyree in hopes of an interception that would have most likely won them the game. Tyree hopped up as high as he could in hopes of getting his hands on the ball first. Tyree was being harassed by Rodney Harrison, and Harrison was doing a great job of making it almost impossible for Tyree to catch the ball while simultaneously not taking a penalty in the process. Tyree got a firm grip on the ball, but Harrison managed to swipe the ball loose from Tyree's grip. The ball became loose, but Tyree used one hand to grab the ball, and he pulled it back in towards his helmet. He summoned all of his strength to keep the ball stuck between his palm and his helmet as he was being brought down to the ground. Tyree held the ball all the way down to the ground, and it was deemed a good catch for a great 32-yard gain and another first down with 58 seconds left in the game, with the Patriots up by 4. The Giants ended up using their new set of downs to eventually score the game-winning touchdown with only seconds left in the game to win the game and the Super Bowl. The helmet catch is a catch that will go down in history as being one of the best catches we have ever seen, and it undoubtedly caused the Giants to win the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for the helmet catch and the tremendous athleticism displayed by Tyree, the Giants would have been left stranded at their own 44-yard line and had definitely lost the game. While there are many tremendous plays in the history of the NFL, this one is one of the greatest all-around plays of all time and definitely had to be the best play on this list. That's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all in the next one.